one of those is real. Buddy, that don't look suspicious to you? Okay, so if you're like me, you probably don't know any recipes about goose hunting because you're new to it. At least that's my excuse. But I got an idea I'm going to try, and I'm going to see if it turns out. Basically, what I'm doing is what worked well for beef and venison and everything else. Is I'm going to basically chop this goose breast up as fine as I can. Mix in a little bit of chopped up bacon. Actually, it'll probably be about a third bacon, but that's okay. Everybody likes bacon. And chop all that up and mix it with an egg and some chopped onions and some chips and crush all together and make it into patties and see if I can make myself some goose burgers and see if they're any good. Alright, so this is another episode where I'm attempting to be my own cameraman, so sorry if it's a little awkward or weird, but let's see what we can do. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bacon because it's fast and easy and right here in the way. So, if you have a meat grinder, just chuck it all in there and go, but I don't really have one right now. So I'm just going to chop this up, and there's no sense me talking through it all, so I'm going to kind of speed it up and just chop it all. So this will just give you an idea of the size I'm going for. Is just, you know, small bits, but not microscopic. I mean, it's going to be a lot coarser than anything you could ever achieve with like a grinder or a food processor. But one big advantage to doing it this way by hand is, one, you'll appreciate it, but two, I mean, you're shooting geese out of the air with a shotgun. You're bound to be pushing feathers in there, and you get bits of hay if they're crash landing in a hayfield. So it's nice to be able to kind of go through it and make sure you're not going to feed somebody a steel BB to break a tooth on. So, you know, that's a bonus, but it is pretty labor intensive. So there's all the meat chopped up, and now I just got to add the egg. I'm filming, so I can't do it one-handed. Or can I? Ooh, first time that's ever worked. Okay, so got the meat chopped up, got an egg in there, put a little bit of spice. I'm just using a very popular steak spice. It's just the Montreal steak spice. It goes good on everything, so it'll probably work with this. I tend to put a lot, I tend to overspice. Don't know why I'm not a smoker, but somehow I have a smoker's taste buds. Throw a bit of that in there, and then just a bunch of chips. If you put way too many chips, they'll just fall at the bottom, so it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. They just kind of help to absorb a bunch of the fat and grease, and kind of helps keep it all together. I find that like corn chips, like nacho chips or Tostitos, that kind of a thing, they tend to have a bit nicer of a flavor than, say, dill pickle chips or something like that. But experiment with it, see what you like. I'm sure something like sour cream and onion wouldn't be too shabby, but it's all a matter of personal preference, I suppose. You just got to mix it all up and try and pulverize those bits of chips down as much as you can. And see how it's starting to look. And then take a little bit of it. It looks real bad, real gross, but take it and press it into a bit of a patty. And then we'll just set it aside on a plate there. Probably can make it a touch smaller than that, but personal preference again. Now, the coarser it's chopped up, like I have very coarse here, the less it wants to actually stick together. But just got to be gentle with it in the pan and hope that frying it encourages it to adhere. And worst case, you've basically got really good taco meat of some kind. Or sloppy joes. Duck sloppy joes. We'll try that next time. I'm just hoping I'm not making a lot of high effort dog food here. So I got Jasper down there watching me close, so he's hoping that's exactly what I got. Now I can't shut the camera off because I got goop on my hands. Alright. Hope this works. Okay, so now kind of the big step here is I've taken just a cast iron skillet, kind of good and hot. This probably would work quite well on a barbecue because most burgers do, but well, I guess I'm not quite hot enough. Just got a little bit of oil on the pan, hopefully just enough to stop everything from sticking to it. Once these start cooking, a lot of that bacon grease is going to come out, and it should work great. I hope. Oh, I'm falling apart here. This is what I was afraid of. Okay. Set that like that. Now I got them going, I'm just going to put a little bit of a lid on it. Try and trap some heat in. Hopefully that egg in there can kind of cook evenly on the top and bottom and the sides and kind of hold it all together and help give me just a little more structure. Because they're not sticking as well as I'd hoped, but this is an experiment, so hope it works out. Well, so far it smells really good. Not the prettiest food I've ever cooked. But let's see if I can get a successful flip in there without disaster. That'll be a big defining moment. Oh, oh, oh! Yes, champion. Okay, it's working. Working a little less with this one. Still together. Still together. Nobody panic. Okay, so it's looking like this might be an okay recipe. But for future reference, I'd like to pack them shorter, wider, so they cook more even. These ones are kind of mounding up. But that's a burger problem, not a this recipe specifically problem. Alright, I'm going to let them cook some more. Away we go. Okay, so I overcooked them a touch just because I'm paranoid and like to have things cooked thoroughly. Broke one in half, looks good. It comes out a little pink with the bacon in there. But I'm going to scoop one out here, throw her on a bun. I'm going to let that sit for a minute to cool off, and I'll take a bite, see if I can get it on video, and everyone can laugh at my reaction, and we'll see if it's good or not. Okay. Be 100% honest with you. Visually, it's not the most attractive burger. It just isn't. But it smells pretty good. Hi. Well, I'll see if I like it, and then maybe you can have some. Here goes. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be making this again. I'll probably save myself a lot of the effort next time and just carefully slice all the meat. Just so I can, make sure there's no steel shot in there or anything else like that. I have a real phobia of hitting a hard chunk in food. My dad hit a piece of bone one time in a burger and chipped a molar, and since then I've just been paranoid. Anyway, I'll probably slice it up nice and thin to make sure that it's good and safe. Throw it in the grinder with the bacon at the same time. And it'll come out nice and smooth, because the only issue I really have with this is that the texture makes it hard for it to stay together because it's such coarse chunks. And man, that is an easy problem to solve. So yeah, that's how you make a goose burger. It's delicious. Smells good too, right buddy? Okay. I'm not sharing though.